What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Now, in today's video, we're going to be going over some Solana news that I think kind of flew under the radar that I do believe could be rather important and is really just a testament to what we've been saying about Solana for the last few years. And so with that in mind, let's not waste any more time and let's get into the video. So what we can see here is that we got news 7 hours ago that Solana and Filecoin forged a partnership to boost decentralized storage solutions. Now, if you don't know Filecoin, they are rather big. This is a $3 billion company, someone that's been around for roughly 6 years now in the crypto space, which is not easy. They've had their ups, they've had their downs, but they have a lot of tech and their tech is extremely good. Now, regarding the partnership, they go ahead and say, of course, that Solana and Filecoin have joined forces in a groundbreaking collaboration, marking a significant milestone in the blockchain industry. Going forward, they say that this partnership represents a pivotal moment in the move away from centralized storage solutions to decentralized alternatives. By combining their respective strengths, Solana and Filecoin aim to revolutionize how data is stored and accessed within blockchain networks. This shift towards decentralization not only enhances security, but also promotes greater accessibility, which is important, and reliability for users. Now, in terms of Solana itself, because that's kind of the focus of the video, they say that Solana is set to capitalize on Filecoin's decentralized storage capabilities to bolster its blockchain infrastructure, which we'll go back to in a second. By leveraging Filecoin's technology, Solana aims to achieve data redundancy, scalability, and heightened security measures. They even go on to say that the integration of Filecoin brings several advantages for Solana users themselves, notably in terms of enhanced accessibility and usability. Infrastructure providers, explorers, and indexers will benefit from improved access to data stored on the Solana blockchain thanks to Filecoin's decentralized storage capabilities. And to conclude, they say that this collaboration sets the stage for further advancements in decentralized technology, paving the way for future innovations within the blockchain space. So this is more important than people recognize for a couple reasons. One, before we even talk about Solana and before we even specifically talk about Filecoin, I like the fact that we are now seeing the lessons of the previous bull market being learned and implemented in this bull market. What I mean by that is last bull market, we saw too much competition along the top 10s, right? Yes, of course, obviously, there's going to be this is going to flip this and this is going to flip that. At the end of the day, that's all the crowd talking. In my opinion, we are all working towards one goal, especially all of these companies, all these service providers, all these network providers, all these people within crypto, right? They're working towards one goal, and that's mass adoption and the mass kind of reception of crypto amongst the world. We want to see Web3 take over the world, not literally, but you get the point, right? And these companies can't get so caught up in their crowd screaming that Solana's going to flip ETH and ETH's going to flip Bitcoin. They can't get caught up in that. They quite simply just need to think, what is going to get us the farthest, the fastest, and the most sustainable way, right? And in my opinion, whenever you can see in this bull market, these different companies working together, partnering together, putting their differences aside, and figuring out how they can benefit each other to grow, together, that's something that is going to help the growth of crypto as a whole, which is beneficial to everyone involved. Now, obviously, from a Solana perspective, this is also extremely good. Why? What is the main criticism that Solana has gotten for the last 2 years? Its infrastructure, its foundation, its chain is not reliable. All of these things, right? And I've always said the approach that Solana is taking is my personal favorite approach. That approach is quite simply, we're going to jump for it, we're going to go for it. We're going to take that leap, take that jump. If we fall, we're going to get back up, figure out why we fail, never do it again, and keep on going. That's the Solana approach. I've said there are many approaches. There's the Ada Cardano approach, which is let's calculate every step before we take it. You can do that. You're going to make a lot less mistakes, but you're going to move a lot, less far, right? You're not going to go as far. That's what I meant to say. You're not going to go as far, as fast. And realistically, a lot of people within the crypto space like to see results. And that's why Solana has generated results. That's why Solana is one of the top 5 cryptos in the world now. And these types of things, right? These types of things are what going to contribute to Solana not making those errors. It's what's going to contribute to Solana not having these problems. We're going to see better accessibility to the data being stored on chain, which is going to make the overall use of the chain way better. We're going to overall see accessibility itself or usability even better. They even reference that this can help with scalability itself. All of these things are going to contribute to the infrastructure and building up the foundation that Solana is still trying to lay. And in my opinion, being able to do things like this at times like this before the bull market really kicks off is going to just compound the growth. It's going to compound the ability for them to continue their development. And I do think that this one is one of those partnerships that could help push them in the direction that we all think they're going, and which in my opinion could be a $500 to $1,000 Solana, maybe by the end of this bull market. And so with that in mind, of course, I just wanted to talk a little bit about that news. Now, to reference more towards the price itself, I definitely think there could be a bit of cause for concern for Solana here. The main cause for concern is short term, so it's obviously not long term. It's not something I'm concerned about for the next few months, but over the next few days, next few weeks, it could be a bit concerning. And that is if Solana loses $104. What you can see here is that it did put in this inverse head and shoulders with a breakout line at $104. And if that 104 level is lost, there is the chance that we would then see some type of continuation to the downside, which generally does put Solana back in a position in which we could see it come back towards this previous right shoulder, right around roughly $94. When you lose the inverse head and shoulder line, you typically will go back to the right shoulder line. And again, as I mentioned before, your right shoulder line is sitting right around $90 to $91. So we could see a Solana getting a bit of a pullback, but again, it's not really all that concerning. If we do see a bounce here, we're still not out of the clear, right? We're still not out of the woods yet, because at that point we would then be possibly setting up the head and shoulders to the top side. So realistically, I need to see Solana work its way back up and above $114 before I can continue to be bullish in the short term on the price. Now, I am still dollar cost averaging. This doesn't spook me. This doesn't worry me. I really don't care what Solana does. Even if it pulls back or even if it bounces and continues, honestly don't care. I'm going to continue to DCA, even though my own personal average cost is at like $25 to $30 right now. And the reason being is because I still do think Solana can hit $500 to $1,000 one day rather easily. We are getting these DCA plus signals going off on HG Algo. Of course, this is my company's indicator that we designed, and I do all of my investing based off of it. And so what you can see here is I have done some pretty big purchases on Solana recently, as we have been getting these lows to the downside. Historically speaking, the DCA feature does give us beautiful times to be buying before we likely do see some type of return to the upside. How long that pullback could last, you never really know, but you can see even back here, right? These were beautiful buys before this run. These were beautiful buys before this run, and these could easily be beautiful buys before the next run, no matter how far down it goes. And so, of course, with that in mind, obviously, I am still DCAing. I am still buying in. Not super concerned about the fact that the price is pulling back a little bit. In the short term, yeah, we might see it go down to $90 if we lose 104, but I'll just buy some more down there. So with that in mind, of course, I did want to give you guys an update on Solana today, just kind of let you know what's happening in the news and what's happening with this price. If you do enjoy these Solana updates and you want to see more, make sure you press subscribe so that you don't miss another video. Don't forget also, if you want to use the link to Margex down in the description below, you can use Margex completely for free. You don't need to use a VPN. You don't need to KYC, meaning you don't need to give them your personal information. You can just deposit funds and start trading some Solana on leverage if you would like. Obviously, don't go crazy with the leverage, but it is an option there for you. Now, if you do use the link down in the description below, you will get a voucher, in which you can get a couple $100 as a deposit bonus. So make sure you go check that out. Let me know what you think, and of course, I will see you all next time. Peace out, everybody.